Welcome back to the channel, guys. The Gooby Channel. It's me, your host, Gabby. Today we're playing The Pumpkin Eater, which I guess is based on a true story. I guess we'll see what it's really about. Let's play. On a real note, guys, this game is very graphic in its descriptions of certain injuries. So if you are sensitive to those topics, this may not be the video for you. I have a video right here if you want to click the little card that might match your pace a little more. So, this is your warning. Let's get into it. Nobody knew how it happened. Oh my god. A boy barely reaching double digits in years was lying dead in the driveway. Gray and red pulp was painted everywhere. Back the car up! Back the car up already! How did he get under there? Laying down to draw? Some freak force of nature? I'm trying, woman! An innocent life was taken too soon and too violently. Was it the will of some cruel god? A woman ran to the body, attempting to reattach fragments of the jaw back onto the skull. One figure jumped out of the car in pursuit, while the other was frozen in place outside. She had watched the full event unfold in front of her. Baby, speak to me, please. He's dead. No, he's not. Look at him. He's still moving. Don't you hear him crying? You've gone mad. And you've gone deaf. We need to save our son. There's still hope left. Drive him to the hospital. His brains are all over the pavement. He has already left this world. No, he hasn't. You're a liar. Help me. You should still probably try and help him. Now, if you care about me and your children. He can't stay out here like this. Bring him inside before the neighbors come. They'll deal with this later. It's okay. It's okay. You can hug me tighter, darling. We didn't mean it. He's still alive. Mommy, what's going on? Don't worry. There was just a little accident and everything's gonna be okay. I promise. We should replace his head. Quick, our garden. A pumpkin should be the best size. The perfect nuclear family torn apart. Their lives would forever be changed. Peter Pumpkin Eater had a wife but couldn't keep her. He put her in a pumpkin shell and there he kept her very well. The mother stood panting and admiring her creation, wiping off any blood from her hands onto her apron. It was a little crude, yes, but it worked better than she expected. Outside, the father stared into the sky while the daughter couldn't look away from the driveway mess. Her head hurt from crying her heart out. It's going to rain soon. It'll wash everything away as if nothing happened. Are we really not going to do anything? I'll think of something. Daddy's tougher than you think. For now, humor your mother by going along. I'll be hosing down the driveway. I'm scared. I hate this. The father reassuringly patted her on the shoulder. Though he was a man of few words, the father did love his wife, but most importantly, he loved his image. He didn't want his family to be branded as miscreants. They had just committed vehicular manslaughter. There had to be a way of disposing the body. You don't think anybody's gonna notice that your son is missing? Oh my gosh. Dinner's ready, you two. Please come inside. There he is. Our beautiful son. The two greeted by the son, who was sitting in Grandpa's old wheelchair. The most bizarre sight, however, was a pumpkin in place of a human head, its face carved into a welcoming grin. One could still see the remnants of the original crushed head within the holes. Oh my god. See? The head looks just like him. He said he likes his chair, but wishes it wasn't so squeaky. Dear, could you do me a favor and purchase some oil tomorrow? Of course. Well, everyone, don't just stand there catching flies. Let us wash our hands and begin dinner prayer so we can eat. I read a lot of splatterpunk books, and this is already irking me out. You know what I'm saying? There was little talk at the table. What was there to say anyway? Despite the gloomy atmosphere, the mother was unusually lively. Here comes the airplane! She was spoon-feeding him? The daughter grimaced at her, shoving mashed potatoes into the son's mouth. The girl looked at the father for guidance, but he did not return her gaze. The daughter focused her attention back to the food on her plate. It smelled good, but the meat resembled an awful lot like her brother's. She dry heaved. After silently washing the dishes with her mother, the daughter headed straight to bed. She had no energy left in her. The character design in this kind of vaguely reminds me of Facade. Do you remember that game? That was a pretty good one. It's rude to leave your brother at the table, you know. He's going to sleep with me? Of course, why wouldn't he? You two have always shared the bedroom. Why is he so hard to move? His joints are all locked up. I swear he was much more relaxed this afternoon. That is called rigor mortis. Using all of her strength, the grumbling mother laid the son in his bed. She first tucked in the son, then the daughter, making sure to kiss each of their foreheads. Sweet dreams, you two. Good night, Mom. With the flick of a switch, the room fell into darkness. Even with the daughter's back turned, she knew those carved eyes were boring into her. Day 1. Interesting. Okay. Have a good day at work. Remember what I've told you. Dear. That is final. Wake up. It's time for school. Her brother was still laying in the bed, so it wasn't a nightmare after all. As per usual, the mother tied the daughter's bow, blue, her favorite color. Your brother needs to stay home for a while so he can recover from his injuries. Listen, whatever you do, don't tell anyone what happened yesterday. It will be our family's little secret. Do you understand? Okay. I'm glad you're so well behaved. Mommy and Daddy are trying their best despite our predicament. God, this bitch is crazy! The girl shuffled off towards the school bus, completely bewildered at the mother's nonchalant attitude. After waving the daughter goodbye, the older woman returned to the house. Only the mother and son remained. Thankfully, his body had loosened up again, so it was easier to carry him out of bed and into the wheelchair. Don't get so full of yourself. You still have to study at home. Oh, don't give me that look either. You know puppy dog eyes are my weakness. Today was typically the day she spent cleaning the entire house. Despite her being a stay-at-home mother, it was a full-time job taking care of the estate, not to mention her family. She pulled out the vacuum cleaner. Several hours of busy work would be good to take her mind off of yesterday's events. Well, that's soothing. Okay, it's over now. I knew it wouldn't last long. Are you thirsty? Would you like me to bring you a drink? You're not? That's fine. If you need anything, just call for me and I'll be there in a jiffy. It was a lovely day, and her son could use some fresh air. The mother pushed him out to the veranda behind the house. It faced the family's pumpkin patch, so no nosy neighbors could see him. Humming, the mother entered a comfortable cleaning rhythm, letting all worries slip away. Ah! Oh. Not cool. Okay. The sun suddenly opened up. The mother was glad for the sun and rain. Their pumpkin patch definitely needed it. Wait, her son was still outside. The mother dragged him inside and threw several towels on him. She pressed against him, drying him as fast as she could. What a fool she was. Taking him outside really was a bad idea. She promised herself she would never slip up like that again. Oh dear, your clothes are soaking wet. I can't have you catching a cold. I'm gonna have to change them, if that is all right with you. Dinner again was silent. Usually the daughter was the chattiest, bragging forever about what she had learned in school or in her books that day. Now she was poking her stew. It takes more muscles to frown than it does to smile. The daughter refused to respond, huffing in annoyance. The mother turned her attention to the husband. Your son and I had a great time together. He was very quiet, but did complete his required reading. I consider that great progress. I'm heading to the bar. Dear, we haven't finished yet. I'll be back soon. Goodness, what has gotten into everybody? Bitch, what has gotten into you? Oh my god. Dude, look at him. You can see, like, his limbs are all deformed. After dinner and its cleanup ended, the mother and daughter went their separate ways. The mother fell fast asleep, but in the daughter's bedroom, the girl was looking for any sign of life in her brother. Oh, God. Oh, my God. pale skin, dried blood around his neck, and a burgundy discoloration in the arms and hands. It just wasn't human. It's overly human that it makes us uncomfortable. She reached out for his arm. Oh my god, why did the music stop? Touching her brother was a familiar occurrence. Play fighting, sharing food. She interacted with him as any sibling would. Even if the two had spent hours in snow, she had never touched a person so cold before. The daughter shrunk back. She lacked the heart to continue calling him her brother. The figure tucked gently into bed was an it. Without a word, she pulled the covers over the body. Oh my god. Dude, he's just gonna keep decaying and like fall apart. Oh my gosh. It's school time. Please get dressed. Dude, look, oh my god. The pumpkin is like rotting. When the daughter awoke, she found the body back to leering at her. What? How the fuck did that happen? The blanket must have slipped off during the night, uncovering the head once more. A fly landed on the pumpkin. Ah! Oh, okay. Hello? Who is this? Yes, I am the mother. Yes, ma'am. I assure you everything is fine with my son. He's been feeling a little under the weather lately. Thank you. Goodbye. The teacher on the phone sounded incredibly displeased. Timeliness and attendance had always been one of the family's virtues, so the mother was quite embarrassed. In addition, the mother felt guilty for not informing the teacher about her son's absence ahead of time, but her husband kept instructing her not to speak about her son's incident. The father did not return that night. To help alleviate the awkwardness, the mother attempted some small talk. So, how was your day today? Learning anything fun? Kind of. Was dinner to your liking? You need to eat your vegetables to grow big and strong. I guess. Your brother was telling me a funny story today about how you both accidentally broke a vase by playing tag. You were so horrified you ran out of the house and climbed a tree to hide. He tried to save you by climbing the tree, but ended up getting stuck there too. You two must have been up there for an hour by the time your father and I came home from the grocery store. I swear, you kids are always up to mischief whenever your parents are out of the house. The mother chuckled and spoon-fed some more broccoli to the son. Ugh. The house was starting to smell. It was musty like meat starting to spoil. The daughter knew exactly what was causing that odor, and it made her stomach churn. After dinner, we can put on the radio. The Lone Ranger might be on. You like cowboys, don't you? No, not really. I'm heading to bed. Fine then. Your brother and I will enjoy the program without you, Miss Grumpy Pants. Oh my gosh, how many days are there going to be? I feel like it's going so quickly. The mother's first task of the day after sending the daughter and her husband off was to attend to her son. She hadn't noticed it before, but certain areas of the child's skin were discolored. Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier, like these red patches. Must be like road rash or something. It had the same green and blue hues as a bruise, but the eerie marbling patterns were nothing like she had seen before. At least it was faint. Oh, I think I actually know what that is. It's like when a body is like sitting in a position for too long, the blood pools like in the direction that they're like sitting or laying, so they get like this like purple red hue, and also they like float a little, you know. Were you playing with markers? No, bitch. He was not playing with markers, girl. Pulling out a sponge, she washed the spot, but it refused to scrub off. She retrieved her makeup kit to cover up the blemishes. Oh, God. Tomorrow she would look for a stronger cleaner for his skin. Come on, you're gonna burn off what's left of it, dude. Sweetheart, could you pass the salt to your brother? He looks like he needs some. The daughter hesitated. But he's... okay. I appreciate you being so well-behaved since your brother's injury. It makes Mommy's job a little easier. Don't worry, he'll be back to running around with you in no time. Again, the father did not return for dinner. The daughter was beginning to think he had run away for good. She did not blame him. But why couldn't he take her away with him? That's fucked up! That's just what a father would do! That is just what a dad would do! Are you fucking kidding me? Whoa! As the women were cleaning up, the door flung open. It was Father. Lily, what are you doing? Do you want to play Pumpkin Eater too? The girl's nose crinkled at the heavy liquor smell coming from him. Home, heading to bed. No dinner needed. That was supposed to be a burp, sorry. It took you long enough. I'm not happy. Our son needs you right now. I don't want to hear you nagging, woman. Damn. The daughter sprinted to her room before she came caught in the crossfire. She could already hear the screaming in the parents' bedroom. Knowing her mother, this could take hours. Oh, look at it, look at it, look at it, look at it, look at it. Oh my god, it's like, is it molding? Oh gosh. Like the several days before, the siblings found themselves staring at each other in bed. It was becoming tough to look at him. The foulness of his scent made her eyes burn, like moldy salami. She failed to suppress a tremble as she noticed the white fuzz growing in the vegetable's eyes. It's growing mold because of the moisture in there. She felt nothing but sympathy for the corpse. He deserved a proper burial like Grandpa, not kept around in this desecrated state. Brother, are you in heaven? Are you at peace right now? Jesus Christ. Did we skip day 4 or am I stupid? The entire family was keeping to themselves in the living room. The father was reading a newspaper, the daughter playing with jacks, the son sitting silently in the corner, and the mother frantically running around, spraying as much bug spray as she could. Oh my god. Don't tell me there's maggots. Ugh, there's flies everywhere. I'm so sick of their buzzing. I'm worried that all the noise is bothering our son. He needs as much sleep as possible to recover. Dear, do you think something went bad in the pantry? If you help me with some boxes, I can clean it out today. Oh my god. Dear, are you listening? Father threw his newspaper on the floor. I'm tired of playing pretend. You're taking this too far. What do you mean? As in, I'm disposing of his body. Properly. I am digging his grave, and you will not stop me. Without hesitation, he left the room and returned with a shovel. He grabbed the wheelchair. The mother also latched onto it, pulling it to her side with all her might. Dude. His body's gonna, like, rip apart. Left and right, the bloated bald... Oh my god, I can't even say it. Left and right, the bloated body was jostled between the parents, almost ready to topple over out of its seat. No, leave him alone! You can't keep him like this. Yes, I can. He's our son. Stop scaring him. For heaven's sake, he's green and smells like sewage. Does that sound normal to you? The wife should always listen to the husband. Not true. Don't be foolish. Once he's buried in the pumpkin patch, we shall never speak of this again. A couple inches to the right, and that china glass would have Whoa! A couple inches to the right, and that china glass would have blinded him. Don't you dare take him away from me! Her outburst was completely uncharacteristic to the father and daughter, so it shocked them who or what had possessed the mother. Please, we can get you some help. You're being hysterical. The mother opened a nearby drawer and grabbed a large knife. She was a good cook and knew her cutlery well. The woman looked terrified, shakily holding that knife, but wholly prepared to strike in defense. I will die before ever letting my children get in harm's way. You're a danger to us. I'll do it. I'm not afraid to do it. The father dropped the shovel, backing slowly away until he was trapped against the wall. Unfortunately for him, the mother closed the distance between the two. That's right. You were the one who ran over him in the first place. So don't you dare lay another finger on his head, murderer. I've been following your every order, but look where that's gotten us. For the sake of our children, I think it's time you started listening to me. We're going to continue taking care of our son because he had a nasty accident and needs our help. Do you understand? The wife raised a knife at his face. Oh my god. I said, do you understand? Yes, I understand. Don't hurt me. Good. Now we're gonna have ourselves a nice little dinner. Any objections? The room stayed silent. Mother's demeanor became gentler, but she continued to grip that knife as if her life depended on it. Oh my god, dude. She's gonna kill the whole family. I'm glad. Sweetheart, please follow Mommy and help her out. We're returning your brother to the bedroom. I think things are a little too loud for him around here. God. Did you guys see me gleek? Say no if you did. I don't know what's up with me. I'm gleeking like crazy. I think things are a little too loud for him around here. You two have been so inconsiderate. Day 7. Okay. Yeah. Uh-oh. It's her birthday? Happy birthday! Unwrap it! Unwrap it already! Is it the brother's birthday? What? Wow, a bike? Thank you. Sure thing, sport. How about we break it in after the party? Yes, please. This is the best day ever. Can I ride it too? No way. You still need training wheels. Mom, he's being mean. Don't get too rowdy. You still have to unwrap the last of your presents. Who else wants another slice of cake? I don't get it. It said day 7, but is this a flashback, or are you mad at Mommy and Daddy for hurting you? Oh, thank goodness. I feel so relieved. Look at him. He's green. Oh my gosh. I always tell your daddy to be more careful when he's driving, but he never listens. The mother picked out another maggot and tossed it into a bin. It was starting to overflow, but at least she was making progress removing the squirming creatures. I know that feels much better, doesn't it? She was a patient woman. His healing process shouldn't take much longer. Oh my god. It was a little late today waking you up. Please get dressed as soon as possible. Bottle after bottle, the mother used her aerosol freshener to help air out the room. Thwack! With her other hand, she squashed a scuttling beetle. By now, she was certain that something went bad in the pantry for there to be such a large bug infestation. As much as she wasn't looking forward to it, she may have to clean out the entire pantry. I don't think it's the pantry, Mama. I do not think it's a pantry, Mama. Sorry to say it, Honey Bear. Oh! She smacked a fly who was resting on the top of her son's head. Oh my! I'm sorry for using the fly swatter on you. Did that hurt? Dude, is she like hearing him talk in her brain, or I don't know. While the mother was hard at work cleaning the house, the daughter nowadays avoided going inside as much as possible. Every day when she came home, her brother's body would be happily greeting her, but she couldn't handle the rotting sights and smells anymore. The smell of his exudation was overpowering. Green and brown juices dripped from his head and soaked his clothes. It wasn't rotting meat or spoiled milk anymore. It was death. No kids wanted to be near her either. In the corner of her eyes, she could see them gag and hold their noses as if she was the deceased one herself. How has nobody noticed the stench? Are you sure you don't want to stay with me a little longer? I can't. Oh! Did that say mistress? I thought that said mother. I can't. I have to get back home to my wife. But you've been so stressed recently. Is everyone okay at home? Father let out a deep sigh. Not particularly. Oh dear. Oh dear, indeed. I haven't been treated the best recently. My wife has been so demanding, screaming at me for the littlest things. She is strutting around like she wears a pants around the house now. That's the way to do it, ladies. That is the way to do it. I wouldn't really do what she's doing, but the part about wearing the pants around the house, that's the way to do it. I can't get any peace and quiet in my own home. I need to show her who's boss, but she can't keep pushing me around like this. I'm a man, for God's sakes. I wish you luck. You can always keep crawling back to me to lick your wounds. Ugh. Where have you been? It's rather late. Work. Our son was asking about you today because you failed to show up for supper. Again. You're worrying him sick. Every single day, you talk to that blasted son. I don't like how you do your job and make the money. I take care of the house and the kids. Why is that so hard for you to understand? Yet you call me foolish. He was humiliated from how quickly she shut him down. At least she couldn't dictate his actions outside of the home. He berated himself for his own cowardice. Oh my God, 2 weeks? Darling, I'm sorry the dinner was a little rushed. Taking care of your brother was consuming most of my day today. Does he have like a 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock shadow now? It was worse than rushed. More like she threw random ingredients, inedible or not, into the pot. Oh my God, don't tell me they're starting to eat him. This past week, it seemed like most of her meals were ending in the similar fate. The daughter poked a semi-charred apple with her fork. You know, baked apples are actually really good. No way, they're eating them! Dude, I called it! There was a maggot. Oh, okay. A maggot living in her food. Okay. That's not as bad, but it's up there. Oh my, what have I told you about not washing your hands before you eat? You need to wash them more frequently. Were you playing outside? Stop it already! How can you two continue pretending everything is normal? Dear, tell her everything is normal. The father looked like he was in trance, rhythmically chewing his food without a care in the world. Listen to your mother more. She is correct. It's not true. Why do you insist on talking back? You're a child. You don't understand anything. Treat your parents with some respect. The mother began to spoon-feed the body again. The spoon's contents also heartily containing maggots. A milk-white maggot slipped from the softening pumpkin head and landed on the spoon, oblivious to the mother. Yummy, isn't it? Oh, God. She was gonna retch. I'm going to my room. As you should. No supper for the rest of the night. Oh, my God. The daughter was forced to cart the body back into their bedroom, making sure to avoid touching his slimy body as little as possible. His abdomen, distended beyond belief, was straining to rip through his clothes. The gorging insects were taking delight in how he was a balloon ready to pop. Oh my fucking God. Who knew what putrid horrors were trapped inside him? The girl fell to her knees, weeping. Mother kept saying everything was fine, but of course it wasn't. What did she give to return to normalcy? Whatever did she do to deserve this torture? If only she and her brother hadn't been roughhousing when the car came. When she looked up, the body was now facing away from her, giving her some semblance of privacy during her grief. Or was he always facing that way? She couldn't remember. Thank you. Of course there'd be no response, yet she still felt the urge to say something. I miss you, brother. I miss you so much. Day 17. School. Now. Oh my God. We're gonna have to go and read those achievements because I really want to know what they say. Look at him. He's like lost all, it looks like he like lost all the blood in his body. Another day, another garbage bag full of empty bug spray. The mother dabbed away any leakage from the son's body alongside some flaky adipose serum. We're gonna look that up. Also known as grave wax or corpse wax, is a grayish white waxy substance formed when the fatty tissues of a deceased body break down. Oh my fucking God. It was too much of a mess moving him in and out of the wheelchair anymore, not to mention ruining her upholstery. so she might as well clean him where he sat. You need to take care of yourself more. The last time I sponge bathed you is when you were a wee baby. Not to say you're not still Mommy's little baby. She was frustrated with how many rags it took to maintain her son's cleanliness. He was slowly making his way through her favorite dish rags. The pelican-patterned one she was using was soaked with murky browns and greens. Her poor pumpkin seemed to be covered in a greasy black substance. It wasn't his job to clean the stovetop. The mother dabbed harder against his arm, accidentally scraping off a small section of skin. She groaned when more fluid oozed from the spot. I can't even read anymore, dude. This is disgusting. Your sister has been refusing to help with laundry. Can you believe it? I wish she was as well behaved as you. No one wants to spend time with dear old Mom. That's why you've always been Mommy's favorite. Give me a second, I'll be right back. Hello? Yes, this is the mother. What? My daughter said that? About that, I think a raccoon died in the walls. We're gonna have to have it looked at. Yeah, she's just overreacting. Children have such vivid imaginations. Her fist clenched. That girl. Because the school bus had long since left, the mother had to drive to school to pick her up. They drove back in silence with the daughter awkwardly fidgeting. The mother looked like she was about to blow a gasket. Okay, explain yourself. Your teacher said that you were insistent on not returning home because there's a corpse in the house. Do you know how embarrassed I was? But it's true. There are insects crawling all over him and the house. I don't know how much more I can take. I feel so sick. The mother glanced at the body. What's that, darling? She's being quite rude. Yes, I agree with you. Is she gonna kill the daughter? Mom, he's dead. He will never respond. When will you do something about it? It's awful living here. What a horrible thing to say about your brother. I thought I raised you better than that. Everything has gone downhill since he died. You don't do my hair bow anymore. The food is rotten. Daddy barely ever comes home and I can't stand all this smell. I know you're still grieving, but when will you ever get it through your thick head? Oh. The mother's eyes widened at the reddening of her hand and to her weeping daughter on the floor. The woman had spanked both of her children for misbehaving before, but she had never stricken their faces. You hit me! Sweetie, I didn't mean it. I don't know what came a hold of me. You know I'm stressed from taking care of your brother. I don't know who you are anymore, but you're not my mom. I hate you. Darling. No, you can't hide this anymore. I'm telling the police about you and my brother. She sprinted to the phone, but the mother grabbed her by the hair. Pain seared through the girl's body. Oh my God, you insolent child. After everything I've done for you. It hurts, Mother. It hurts. You're gonna rip my scalp off. A prepubescent girl had no physical power over a fully grown woman. The daughter was dragged across the wood floor using all of her strength to attempt to release herself. When the mother reached the children's bedroom, she threw the girl inside. The door locked. Let me out! I'm begging you! Mommy is so tired. The poor wretched girl banged and banged again on the door to no avail. The mother wasn't even listening to her. And I'm sure you're tired of arguing as well. Daddy disagreed for a while, but he eventually learned that Mommy always knows best. All we have to do is wait a little longer until your brother heals up. You believe Mommy, don't you? I need to tell your father about this. He will not be pleased. No, I'm sorry. If you were truly sorry, you would have been a better sister. You can be that now. That night, the daughter had a nightmare. The maggots covered every square inch of her body, twisting and writhing to find a way to burrow deeper inside. She would have screamed, but oh my God! She would have screamed if her mouth wasn't equally stuffed with maggots. The white worms slithered across the remains of her tongue, bashing against the walls of her pumpkin head, trying to escape. She could feel their tiny mouths eating away at her bite by bite. Hello there, my sweet baby boy. I was just checking up on you. Did I disturb your sleep? No, she wasn't her brother. Leave her alone. You haven't fallen asleep yet, or are you having trouble? I can read you a bedtime story if you like. Which one do you want to hear? I remember the ugly duckling was your favorite. She sat down next to the daughter, unaware of the slimy creatures crawling their way onto the hem of her dress. Buzzing blowflies. Oh, God! Blowflies! And as she began to read, the air was suffocating. Good night. May you have sweet dreams. She kissed the pumpkin. Dark slime clung to her lips from the sweet goodnight smooch. Ah! The room fell into darkness, leaving the daughter alone, coughing and gagging into the night. Day 20. Can we stop with the maggot sounds? Thank you. Yes, ma'am. My daughter is at home, too. The kids' measles have gotten pretty bad, but they should be returning to school any day now. Yes, of course. I've been homeschooling them in the meantime. What do you think I've been doing this entire time? My babies will be back when they're ready, not a day sooner. You can stop calling now. The mother was exhausted from the incessant phone calls. Just yesterday, the electric company had threatened to shut down the power if the bills weren't paid, but she knew she had paid them. The son's skin looked even worse today, concerningly worse. The son's skin looked even worse today, concerningly worse. His skin was a soaked paper towel tearing just as easily. The mother brought out more of her makeup kit, ready to powder all of the putrefaction. Though unlike her previous attempts, her skin's son refused to obey. Oh! Oh my God! Like a silk glove, the skin slipped off, landing silently on the ground. The ease of such a feat shocked her. Then more and more and more until he was resembling some bloated lizard emerging from his molt. With each opening, a drip of black stew-like goo trickled down his limbs. Great! No, 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 don't do this. She pressed her hands against him to hamper any further sloughing. In retaliation, a geyser of thick fluid spurt from his torso, accompanied by error too foul to describe. His stomach tore open. Ah! Oh my God. Finally, the stream of bodily deliquiesce came to rest. The child in front of her was partially deflated, sagging further into his soaked seat. This wasn't good. Why wouldn't her husband take their child to the hospital? The mother was damn near ready to herself, but she knew the jostling from the trip would make things worse. She's the one who said that we shouldn't take him to the hospital. No, wait. It was the dad that wouldn't take him, but he already knew he was dead. Even the lightest touch of her hands was not safe anymore. Tears welled in her eyes. What more could she do? On the contrary, the son's face was twisted into some relieved grin. The tired woman looked down. Her dress's hem was dyed in an assortment of dark fluid. Touching her dress only further coated her hands in the mucus. After the mother spent the rest of her day cleaning the mess, she bathed and went to bed. Day 22. Dude, when is she gonna give this up, bro? Anytime the daughter's door was unlocked, it was to slip in food. She's been in there the entire time. The timing was irregular, making it difficult to calculate when she could escape. She could hardly eat the food anyway. Not one meal passed without a wiggling maggot hiding inside. Being trapped in this festering room made her entire body itch. She brushed off a hungry fly crawling on her arm. Their usual food source had been relocated to the living room for several days now, but they were more than happy to bother her. The daughter remembered Job, a figure from the Bible. Despite all the suffering and adversity he was given, he never gave up hope and was rewarded in the end. She can make it through this too. One power the daughter had over her mother was retaining her wits. Oh my God. The police? Oh my God, what are they doing here? The police are here? But why? The mother glanced at the rooms behind her. Hide him and make sure the police don't hear the children. Good afternoon, officers. What business do you have here? Excuse me, man. We were called here today because of a smell complaint. One of your neighbors isn't happy. Yes, sirs. Everything is all right. We've been having all sorts of pest problems. and have been doing everything we can to clean them out. Insects in the pantry, raccoons in the walls. It's a living nightmare. Phew, I sure can smell it. Do you have a stinky cheese factory hidden in there? That's disgusting. That's disgusting. And as a police officer, you should know what a dead body smells like. The three awkwardly chuckled. The caller also mentioned that your son hasn't been seen in a while. Yes, it's a case of the measles. I'm afraid he hasn't been improving as quickly as I hoped. I've been so weary. Everything seems to be piling up. My husband keeps saying he doesn't have time to help. He's always working. The mother wiped her eyes as the policeman lowered their hats to their chests. Oh, I'm so sorry, ma'am. We won't bother you anymore. Our best wishes for your son getting better. Thank you. You're too kind. I'll be sure to tell him. Huh? Oh my god, she's tied up. No! The daughter's mouth was gagged with an old sock. Behind her, her father was tying her arms with rope. The man had little idea how to do it and was trying to barbarically force the limbs into a position they shouldn't go! Your mother cares about us. You know that, don't you? You can see how much she loves your brother. She'll come around and then we can go back to being a family. Why did her father keep listening to that monster? The daughter let out a muffled wail. Finally, the man turned to stare at her. Instead of a cold glare, he looked pained from heartbreak. He placed what might have been a loving hand on her shoulder, but he seemed too lost to tell. Yes, that's it. She was his child, remember? Surely he realized what he was doing to her. Glow. Any trace of empathy vanished when he heard the returning high heels of mother. What took you so long? Come with me to the entrance. Her arms were bright red from struggling against the rope. No, don't leave her! On the opposite side of the room, the son's untied body was mocking her. A large section of hand ligament and muscle dribbled onto the wheelchair seat. Disgusting. Eventually, the police drove away. The parents did not return to unbind her. Was it because they forgot, or did they know she would attempt to escape again? Oh my fucking god. She's gonna die in the chair. Day 25. Both the mother and the father were staring at the black limb on the floor. It was soft and delicate like wet tissue paper. Likewise, the child was rapidly... Oh my god. Likewise, the child was rapidly falling apart, his mushy pumpkin head barely attaching to the neck. I thought after receiving his new head, he would be recovering, but every day he just gets worse and worse. What's wrong? What should we do? That's it. What if we replace his body too? His body wasn't compatible with the head, so we should find a new body that is. The neighbor's son, they're the same age. Bring the child here tonight, and don't keep me waiting. Our son needs his body more than their brat does. Oh my god. The daughter was awoken by the muffled sounds of struggling and whimpering. What was going on? A child's scream in the basement answered her question. Would she be next? The daughter did the only thing she could think of. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou amongst women. Footsteps grew closer to her bedroom. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners. Your mother wants to see you. No, no! Oh my god. There was an uninvited person in the basement, but he was dead. He was fresh, and the pumpkin on his head was even fresher. Her parents really did kill someone. In the corner, her brother's body was callously cast aside. You're joking. What, did she think like her son's soul went into this like new kid? Look, darling, look, your brother's all better now. Aren't you happy? We don't have to worry anymore. The mother stepped towards the daughter, completely drenched in blood. The daughter wanted to vomit, but the father held her still, unable to run away from her maniacal matriarch. Oh, I'm so glad you agreed. Things will finally go back to normal. Don't forget, you have school tomorrow, so you can take your brother with you. She was prancing around the wheelchair, beyond proud of her newest work. The daughter knew that within a month the body would finish rotting and all the torment would begin anew. While the mother smoked, the new corpse was already turning pale. I was so busy preparing for today that I completely forgot about dinner. It may be the middle of the night, but how about we have ourselves a celebratory meal for our whole family? The police? And this soon? You absolutely good-for-nothing husband. I should have done it myself. The father simply bowed his head. You've always been so oafish, and thanks to you, you've now ruined it all for us. Do not let them down here, or they'll take our son away from us. The parents were distracted. Now was her chance. Run, girl! As hard as she could, the daughter bit down on the father's hand, drawing deep blood. He jumped back as the girl burst from his arms and beelined up the stairs. You better rethink that right now. The mother had her butcher knife around the other child's neck. Okay, he's dead. If you leave us, I'll kill him. You wouldn't want to be responsible for your brother's death again, would you? That would make Mommy very sad. I'm not afraid to do it. Don't take another step. Kill him, bitch! He's already dead! For a split second, the daughter almost pitied her mother. Throughout this entire month, her mother kept denying and making excuses, completely delusional that nothing was wrong with her other child. Even now, she was treating this decapitated corpse like a hostage with value. Huh? What's that, darling? You want me to kill her instead? That does make sense. I've always loved you more anyway. The older woman faced her daughter, her knife already poised for attack. She wasn't kidding. Sweetheart, listen to your mother. Come down these stairs right now. You've already caused her enough trouble. The daughter was so close to escaping, but her legs refused to move. Gloria. Her heart was ready to burst out of her chest. She would know that voice anywhere. Huh? Brother? Oh my god. In the corner of the room, a figure turned his pitiful head to face her. But how? He was supposed to be dead. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for everything, and it turned out this way. It wasn't your fault. Gloria, you need to run now. And with those last words, his body collapsed back on the floor, bursting into a blackened sludge. Now he was truly gone. That closure was just what she needed. With no more time to spare, the daughter grit her teeth and sprinted up the rest of the stairs. Out of the house she barreled and into a policeman's arms. The mother's howling was already far in the distance. Hey, be careful, it's a child! Are you hurt? What is your name? It had been so long since the last time she touched a warm human being. Her resilience was finally rewarded. Don't worry, young lady. We'll take care of this. You're safe now. What? He's just allowed to... He's not in jail? I get that the mom was the one to, do this whole weird shit with the body, but he killed the son in the first place, and he also was an accomplice. Even though he was, manipulated into it, he was still an accomplice. You cover the seeds with dirt and sprinkle some water every so often, and they'll ripe for picking in October. Wow, that's so cool! What's the biggest pumpkin you've ever grown? Hard to say. Maybe the size of our car? No way, Daddy. You're such a liar. The father chuckled. But I have won a blue ribbon at the state fair before. You should have seen the look on your mother's face. Having fun out there? Yeah, Daddy's showing us how to grow crops. Dinner's on the table. You three better hurry or it'll get cold. Last one is a rotten egg. Wait up! You had a head start. Daddy, why are you running too? Your legs are longer. It's not fair. I don't get it. What the fuck? 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 The mother put up a valiant struggle in staying with her deceased victims, but she eventually was dragged away, kicking and screaming. Ultimately, she was institutionalized. The father was charged with kidnapping. Okay, that was a flashback. The father was charged with kidnapping and shortly afterwards committed self-unaliving in prison. No one would mourn his death. With no family left to claim guardianship over the daughter, she was simply shipped to the nearest orphanages. Orphanages. Yeah. For the longest time, this tragedy became the talk of the town. Who could have known that this quiet but kind-hearted family were hosts to monsters? It was a rather lonesome in that orphanage. No matter how many times the daughter bathed herself, fellow children constantly remarked about her pungent smell. She couldn't tell if it was because they were mocking her or if the girl could truly never wash away the scent of death from her house. Oh, you poor child. I can't begin to imagine your pain. Don't worry, we'll find a good family to take care of you. At least the nuns were kind enough to ignore her smell. She was able to make friends with one of the older nuns, who was well known throughout the place for her baking skills. I baked a nice pumpkin pie today. Would you like a piece? No. Eek! Shoo, you silly fly. This pool is not for you. This poo. Did I just say poo? I'm sorry, they're such a nuisance. Flies have been usually bold recently. I don't know why. If you would like, I can cut another slice of pie for you. Toss it, please. I'm not hungry. Are you sure? I'm begging you. I can't bear to look at it anymore. Shouldn't okay. This nun knows her story. Why is she offering her a piece of pumpkin pie? What? Why? As you wish, my dear. Interesting. Okay, so we have the afterword, which talks about how the game's not for everybody, and they were inspired by Resident Evil 7's Baker family and the Amityville Horror's Lutz family. Very cool. I love Resident Evil. And they wanted to be a movie, which I would 100% watch. I love movies like that. And we have a timeline of... Oh, and we have pictures too. Interesting. Okay, so we have a timeline of how death affects the body. So, day 0. Death of sun, pallor mortis immediate, rigor mortis, algor mortis, and lividity from livor mortis occurs at night. Day 1, end of rigor mortis in the afternoon. Day 3, autolysis causes marbling, green-blue color patterns, blowflies appear due to smell. Day 5, body starts to bloat in abdomen, putrefaction stage begins. Day 7, the blowflies maggots have hatched, skin is blistering and peeling, hair and nails falling out in clumps. Day 10, smell becomes worse as black putrefaction begins, attracts insects like beetles and mites. Day 14, skin turns black, organs almost liquefied. Whoa, biggest amount of bloat. Day 18, bloat slowly disappears due to body collapse. Waxy adipocere appears on the skin, which we read is the liquidation of the adipose tissue, the fat tissue in the body. Day 20, tissue softening and liquefying, draining out of the body. Skin heavily sloughing off, which sloughing is just falling off, you know, the skin's falling off. Day 22, butyric fermentation begins and its butyric acid causes a cheesy smell. Ugh. Day 4, ligaments soften and muscles degrade. Day 25, advanced decay nearing the end. Decomposition is so severe bone becomes visible and limbs start separating. And here we have pictures. This is him right after the accident. This is where the marbling, the bloat, you can see the bloat in this picture. The bloat is starting to go, and then this is like the very end, day 25, and you can see the bones. And then there's further information about the process of decomposition. Very interesting. Oh my god. Yes! And there's a glossary. Perfect. Okay. Are you guys ready to learn about decomposition terms? Because I am. Adipocere, which we looked up earlier, also known as corpse wax, the breakdown of fats into wax when subjected to moisture. Algor mortis, when the internal body temperature reaches equilibrium with the outdoor temperature. How long it takes depends on environmental conditions. Okay. Autolysis, bacteria in the body starved for nutrients will feed on the body itself. Stomach acid leaks and begins to digest the body as well. Occurs 0 to 3 days after death, but higher temperatures can speed this process up. Black putrefaction, also known as active decay. Large amounts of organic material such as nitrogen will be released into the environment. Adipocere can form depending on environmental conditions, usually occurs 10 to 25 days after death. Bloat. During the putrefaction process, the body begins to swell due to an increasing methane gas pressure from anaerobic bacteria, forcing fluids to escape through orifices and wounds. This can rupture the skin and organs. Oh my god. Butyric fermentation. Butyric acid is formed during the last stages of advanced decay, which dries out the skin and essentially ferments the body. The cheesy smell attracts a host of new insects. Occurs 20 to 50 days after death. Decomposition, which is, this one's pretty self-explanatory, but I'll read it anyway. Process of breaking down dead organic material into simpler organic or inorganic materials. Regardless of our status in life, death and the subsequent decomposition of our bodies will come for all of us one day. Livor mortis. Due to the lack of a functioning circulatory system, blood will settle. Eventually, lividity will occur, where the blood will permanently discolor the body. Invaluable in forensics when figuring out how a corpse died and when a corpse died. Occurs half an hour to 4 hours after death. That's what I was talking about. That's what I thought the marbling was, but I guess it's different. Pallor mortis. The first stage of decomposition. Due to the lack of a functioning circulatory system, the skin will not receive any more blood and become pale. Occurs within half an hour after death. Putrefaction. During autolysis, self-hemoglobin from the blood will form and discolor the bloating body into green and blue. Insects will be drawn to the smell, lay eggs, and maggots will feed upon the corpse. Eventually, maggots pupate into flies, so the process can begin again. They're so routine, scientists can use them to estimate the time of death. Occurs 4 to 10 days after death. Interesting. Rigor mortis. With no more energy being supplied to the body, muscles will become rigid. Autolysis will eventually break down the muscles so that the body becomes slack again. Rigor mortis occurs within 2 hours and is the most rigid at 12 and finishes 24 hours after death. And skeletonization, also known as dry decay. Final stage of decomposition, where the remains will dry out and decomposition slows. If temperatures are high enough, microbial or insect activity will be inhibited, which is how ancient Egyptians mummified their dead. Usually 50 plus days after death. Very interesting. I have a little fascination with death. I'm not into killing people, but I'm just fascinated by the process of death and decomposition and, all that stuff. So this game was very interesting to me. I really like how they had the glossary that explained all the terms. I knew some of them, but I didn't know all of them, so that was really, really great. And also this timeline that explains what happens when. So that was really awesome. You guys should definitely play this game. It's on Steam. Thank you guys for watching. If you had the stomach to sit through this, you're awesome. If you didn't, you're probably not watching me do the outro right now, but that's okay. And I hope you're enjoying another one of my videos that's a little more tamer for you. Let me know if you want me to play more games like this, because I would love to. As I was saying earlier, I read a lot of splatterpunk books, so I have a pretty, not so hard to upset stomach. So, I'm pretty good with descriptions and stuff like that. So if you guys have any more recommendations like this, please let me know in the comments. I'll see you guys in the next one. I love you guys. Stay safe out there. Bye.